What's going on, guys, and welcome back after quite a long break. First of all, answer the question, thumbnail, title, whatever. Yeah, it's salvageable. I'm going to look into that in a second, but basically I need to give you all an update of what's been going on, why we had the break again. And I know I keep saying this, like in 1 minute I'll have a break and then I'll come back and then we'll do another couple of videos. But I guess you'll see from the background here, it's completely different shade that we're in once again, you can see. So basically we had issues with the last shade, landlord, things like that, but I don't really want to get into that. Basically we had to move, so that's sort of been a reason why I haven't really worked on the cars. The Lexus has just been lying up at my house for a while, but I think we need to finally just jump in and get you up to date first of all quickly with the S14. Another thing, new camera, which basically I just got fed up with editing on my phone, or not editing my phone, recording my phone, and then putting everything onto Dropbox and then downloading things like that. So now I actually have an actual camera that'll has decent autofocus and things like that. So hopefully it looks a bit better. Don't know if the audio is great. So let's jump in, show you the S14, see what we've had done, and go back to that title of, you know, is it salvageable, because of the rust. Because it is, but it's going to take a bit of work. From the last clip that basically I showed you is this, it's looking obviously a lot different. Wings are gone, bumper's gone, bonnet's gone, side skirts are gone, rear bumper's gone. But I guess the main thing of it is that I actually took all of that off, and I had a guy come out and blast the underside of it. So he done the cells, chassis legs, and then he also done for me the lighting's a bit, the skylights. He done also the rear subframe, arms, things like that. So thankfully Piers managed to get all that repowder coated for me. Yes, another thing, we've got the whole rear end's been completely rebuilt, so it's all polybushed and blasted, driftworks arms, camber arm, toe arm. I think the only thing left is the actual traction arm that I haven't changed. But I'm going to show you the actual rust, and this is sort of the main thing that's holding us back at the minute, because I literally have almost all of the parts to build this car, but it's the sills on it that, just like generally any S chassis, that's holding me back from moving forward. So when I said that we got it blasted, you can see the metal is clean underneath, but you can see this big gaping hole. So this is actually what I cut out of it. So this was the bad section on it, but as you can see inside, when you cut the outer skin off, is actually pretty good. Like it's obviously that wasn't blasted because it was behind this inner skin. So the main issue was, as you can see, like what was left of like here, and you can see at the back there as well, the cells just rotted away, and it was sort of the same as well with the rear arches. There wasn't actually that much rust on the rear arches. It was just like a tiny bit of surface rust, so we got him to blast them as well, and I just basically primered them because they were fine. Same with the whole rear end of the boot. There was no holes or anything in that either. And then I'll show you this sill then, so I can show you what the actual issue was. So you can kind of see, like here, there is holes. So, and the back section is just, you can put your hand in, non-existent. I have got full replacements here for it. Just need to like put it up, the new ones up against it, mark out my cut lines, cut them out, drill out the spot welds, weld in the new ones. Now that sounds simple. I've never done sills before. It's not simple. And the only other real rust, I don't actually know if we'll be able to see it. Let me just get a torch. Is there's a tiny hole on the front arch. Now it should be pretty straightforward to cut out. It's literally just a tiny square. Like we'll cut it out. I have some sheets of metal there that we can just cut out, weld that in, buff it back down, and you'll never see it. And I have the underseal and things like that. Other things for it, I'm just trying to give you a quick update of everything because we've never done any videos of anything on it so far. Okay, manual conversion. We have underneath here, you'll see manual gearbox there, and then the whole underside of it, that's hydraulics. Only one other S chassis on hydraulics that I know of in the UK. It's currently off the road, but because his build is insane. And I've also, if you look at sitting under here, we have the diff, prop shaft, all sitting nice and cleaned. We have drilled and grooved M-Tech with black coated discs, new pads there. But quickly, last thing I'll show you before we actually start into doing any work, which is kind of hard to see without a torch. So you can see there, the whole rear end has been completely rebuilt, powder coated. You can see the driftworks on arms, poly bushes. Only thing I never actually got done, which I still might, SR Auto Care, if you ever see them on Facebook, that's actually who I got the sills from. But this, they also do a full S chassis rear end zinc coated bolt set. So essentially it just replaces every single bolt that you would ever need for the rear end, because that's the only thing at the minute that just looks a bit crap. We'll get into that at another stage. But full kits here. From today, there's actually only 3 weeks until Cleanfest over in Scotland. So this year we actually have 13 cars going over to Cleanfest, which is a lot. Trying to organise the boat for it, and bringing the Lexus over to it. And then before that, actually I think it's maybe next week, the week after. So you might have seen on Facebook or some of the big YouTubers channels, LZ Fest in Ireland. So we're travelling down to the south into actual Ireland, and there's a full like drifting car show. Adam LZ's coming, Jimmy O, TJ Hunt, Night Ride, Drift Games. You know, I could keep going. So we have to get the Lexus ready for it. They put a new wheel bearing in it, track rod end, a few other things. So that's us basically up to date of what has been done or what hasn't been done over the last while. I'm actually looking to film a complete new series as well, which will sort of follow this. And I'm not really going to get into it until I actually do it, because essentially it's going to involve different people from UK, Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, and their cars. We'll get them into cars. Basically just a full breakdown of different people and different cultures in the car world, kind of. I don't know, we'll get back to that. So anyway, today let's jump in. You get the car jack back up and start cutting cells out. First thing that I need to actually do is cut out the old cells completely. So they actually come in sections. So we have, that's like the front piece. So you can see here, there's like 2 sections. So you have your front and your rear section. From what I can actually measure out here, these new sill panels come up to roughly just above this wee black line. So I'm going to keep my actual cut just below that black line. I want to just cut out the rest up till about here, and the same just to the other side of this clip. But main thing I need to do first is drill out. You might be able to kind of see the wee circles here. Not really like here, which won't really focus on. There's wee spot wells the whole way along this that keeps the inner and outer together. So we need to cut them apart, get this outer section off first, and we'll see how far away we are with the cuts. So yeah, gonna drill this all out and then cut out this whole section, and we'll see how we get on. I've literally just drilled out all the rest of the spot welds that were along the bottom here, and I was just going to finish, you know, cutting out what's left of the front section here, but I'll be honest, there's nothing left of the back section, so there's not, so I may as well just continue on, drill the rest of these spot welds out, and just cut all the rotten pieces the whole way out here, that I'm just left with whatever is left of the inside section. I have inside panels there as well that we can use, and I've got my inner and outer there, or front and rear outer, and I've got the same with the inners. So to see where we really are, I'm hoping that we should be able to salvage the brackets and stuff. There is another one in behind here, so I'm going to try and drill out these spot welds. It's kind of awkward trying to drill out these spot welds because I literally can't see because they're that rotten, they're just gone. So I don't really know where they are. It's sort of a guessing match, just sort of looking roughly the same gap each time. But I'll drill the rest of them out, try to get this back section off, take the grinder, we'll just cut along just below where we're going to have to weld it on. Do you ever get to that stage on like a project or a project car and it's just like, should not have bought this car? Well, yeah, I'm at that stage now, and it's just like, I don't know. It's not that bad, it's just gonna, well, it is that bad, but it's gonna take a lot of fabrication, basically a lot of work. So like this front section here, this outer sill, it's pretty straightforward. This inner bracket, like there's a bit of surface rust on the bottom of it, but like that'll clean up with wire wheel, paint it, and it'll be fine. This bracket here is actually the same, it's actually pretty solid, so it is. We'll be able to clean that up. This inner bit, so there's this bracket, and then you've got your inner sill. We have the replacement inner sills there, so that's fine. Now, this bit is where it's starting to get awkward. I don't really know what else to say. So at the back here, we have your outer sill, then you have this next, I don't know, let's call it a skin. We've got this next skin, then you have another bracket or like skin behind that, and then you have your inner sill that comes this way. Now, I'm going to need a torch for this one. What we need to do is, I'm going to cut this outer one off at this line, and then I'll be able to make it fine because it's just literally a curve, and then it comes down to the right angle where it joins into like the pinch joint of the sill. I can't cut it off anymore because if we look up, it's kind of hard to get this on camera, but you can kind of see the edge of it there. It goes the whole way up, and it actually is part of the body. Like if you look in there, there's a seat belt. Now this next section as well, if we can get under, is fine until essentially that line there. So we need this out of the way to get to this, to weld it. And then on the inside, we also have this intersection. This is really hard to show on camera, but we have this intersection here, which needs to be welded from essentially like that fold at the top. And then we also need to replace this section here, like essentially from like along here and down to here. So it's just like knowing where to go from, where to cut, what bit to start first. What I'm going to try and do, while I still have it at this stage before I cut any further back, I'm going to try and make up the piece that's going to go from here down to here, and at least I'll have it sitting ready, and then I'll move on, try and make the next section of this piece, and then yeah, this bit here, whole section is going to get cut off, and then this bit should be straightforward. It shouldn't be that difficult. It's this bit in here that I'm kind of worried about getting to. So when it comes to actually like making like or fabricating pieces for cars, like that's something I don't have any experience with. Usually like usually anything I've done, it's been bolt-on parts, or it's pretty straightforward mechanical work, which I'm fine with, and I can do all that. But when it comes to fabricating, welding, that's a whole new world for me. But I'm also at the stage now, I'm like, I just kind of want to learn now. I'm not in a hurry to get this on the road. Of course I would like it on the road, but essentially we're at the end of the season now. We've only another couple of shows left, so it's obviously not going to be done this year. So, you know, I almost have a year to get this back on the road. So I think that's plenty of time to learn, do this myself, learn how to fabricate. Like, when I say fabricate, you know, bend a few things and MIG weld. Luckily, as I said, we have these outer ones, we have the inner ones sitting there as well, so it's only like those skins I need to make, and then the likes of that bit at the wheel well, but it should be pretty straightforward. So that's where I'm going to leave it off today, and then next time I'm going to pick up and going to try and make all these replacement panels for this side anyway. I don't know, maybe we'll cut out the other side as well, so we know, you know, we can make two of everything to save making each twice, if that makes sense. But yeah, guys, thanks very much for watching. New series of stuff coming soon. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, it really does help. Leave a comment down below, hit the like button, and any other content you want to see. There will be a couple more videos actually coming up after this that have actually been recorded months ago. Like, it's just there's been clips missing from it. That's been my issue, but I'm going to upload them anyway. They're from, this was when I had the issue with my phone uploading the Dropbox and stuff, and I've lost clips. But I've got one from drifting, one from preparing the Lexus for a show, and then we also have the new series that I was talking about, where I'm going to go and meet up with you guys and see their builds, you know, speak to people, see what got them into cars. But anyway guys, yeah, thanks very much for watching. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, subscribe. Instagram's down below as well, TikTok, and I'll see you in the next one.